And
fun.
you saying that, it makes me think of, this is kind of a crooner type song. Like, you could see Bing or Frank or someone like that playing this song and singing the song. And actually, I want to hear that. And unfortunately, all the people I can think of that I would want to hear that from are dead, like, David Bowie and Bing and all them. But I would love to hear that.
Well, we've still got David and Bing doing the Little Drummer Boy.
That's one of my favorite Christmas songs.
That's a weird pairing.
What's that?
To me, it's sort of.
I loved it. I thought it worked really well.
It disturbs me a little bit. Their Little Drummer Boy. I was just sort of like, I shouldn't be looking.
I would love to see that video, but done with Ziggy, like Ziggy Stardust doing that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Ziggy the supercomputer from Quantum Leap.
That too.
I was thinking of Ziggy the cartoon character.
There you go. See, we all had different Ziggies in our heads.
So, I love
great.
the simplicity. I like the soft playing that Jim does in this. Like, he's very laid back, and I love soft piano in Christmas music. It's just very relaxing. There's something about that type of playing that just totally puts me at ease. But that being said, it's interesting because you were mentioning earlier, and I think this is a good time to kind of segue over to lyrics, like the juxtaposition between the music and the lyrics of this song and what they're actually talking about in the not sarcastic but sardonicness of this song.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it actually kind of was really endearing to me, and I guess it's because I wouldn't say that I come from a dysfunctional family, but we're definitely quirky. I think we all love each other, which is the most important thing. But we all have our quirks and disagreements now and then. It's not really me and my brother that disagree about politics. It's more me and my dad. But we all have those moments. Certainly, my family does that where you're like, whatever. Sometimes things aren't perfect at Christmas, but you know what? You can enjoy the fact that you're there with people you love. You can enjoy the little moments, and we have those Christmas pictures we can look back on and say, you know what? That wasn't so bad. It was kind of nice to have everyone there. But maybe that's just me being sentimental because the holidays are here.
Well, I think it's funny because I would never in a million years, and maybe you could disagree with me, Michelle, but I could never in a million years see Andy and Jim disagreeing about politics or anything at Christmas. Like, I couldn't picture that happening between the two of them.
Well, maybe their version of disagreeing is different than our version of disagreeing because they both seem very polite. Plus, they're Canadian, and so they're going to be nicer anyway. So they might just exchange a look or a word. Whereas here, it would be like a heated discussion, and somebody is drunk, and somebody is screaming, and bottles are thrown.
You've been to my house.
Somebody storms out.
I've seen Trailer Park Boys, so I'm sure that happens in some parts of Canada.
Somebody is stewing silently in the corner, but you can feel the rage radiating across the room. I feel like disagreements here in the U.S. are probably different than disagreements in Canada, especially between the Canadian brothers.
A Canadian argument an apology off.
I'm sorry, but I have to say that I don't quite agree with what you're saying.
I didn't care for Trudeau's tie last week. I've said it. I don't think he should be wearing green. That's it. I apologize.
This is totally my family at Christmas, though. We love each other very much, but me and both of my brothers, depending on which subject we're on, it's hard to find a subject that we're not going to have some kind of discussion, quote unquote discussion, about. And
where are you in the lineup, Tracy?
I'm the oldest, so therefore I'm always right.
I'm the oldest too, so it's my way or the highway, as my siblings will.
So it's not just my perception. This is the real thing, right?
It's the real thing. Where are you, Aaron?
I'm the middle child. Isn't it obvious?
Do you need a hug? I see you and honor your presence.
Perpetually.
I acknowledge you.
I acknowledge your existence.
I acknowledge you.
So that's why I'm so starved for attention. I mean, why did I go to music school? I wanted to be a rock star.
My sister is the middle, and she's definitely the most. Well, as she gets older, she's a little harder, but she's more mild-mannered, whereas my brother and I both have red hair, and we're both hotheads, and we both are in your face if we have to be. So, yeah.
See, both my brothers, like my brother and myself and my middle brother, we can disagree very respectfully.
That's nice.
My younger brother and I cannot disagree respectfully. It becomes a very heated argument to the point where we're like, let's just drop it because we're going nowhere.
Does every holiday end up in a WWF match in the living room?
Steel cage.
Still.
As children, it was. Not so much now.
Yeah, we fought like cats and dogs, my siblings and I, when we were younger, but I'm very happy to say that we get along very well now, and I really enjoy being with them. So I know how fortunate I am to be able to say that.
Yeah, I enjoy their company too, for sure. But my brother will still, if he's walking by me, I'll suddenly find myself pinned. Like, I don't know what happened. Suddenly I'm on the floor, pinned with my elbow behind me. Yeah.
So that never stops.
It never stops. We're all in our 40s, and it never stops.
Good to know. Now, we never really got physical. Maybe when we were a lot younger, but we were all just trying to one-up each other, I think.
It's funny that this song, like, when I was writing it, I'm like, well, the fake perfect family picture, but it's not really. It's families putting on their best face and getting along to remember the good times of those times. I don't think it's really us faking it. I think this is a normal, at least American, maybe just Maine, type of thing where families disagree, and then but you can still put on your best face for the pictures, want to remember the good times, and want to remember the good things about your family also, but still be able to disagree with them, sometimes civilly.
I think that the lyrics are so... I sense that we're projecting ourselves onto these. I think the lyrics are so... it's almost like a haiku. It's imagery. Yeah. Right?
I think the song is... I'm sorry to talk over you. As you were saying that, Aaron, it hit me like each verse is a picture of the day. Yeah. So hence, exactly. It's sort of like a meta Christmas Pics. Like, here's you and your brother disagreeing about politics. Here's you standing with your grandmother. Here's you with your nephew freaking out about Santa. Like, these are all snapshots from Christmas, and it's all captured in the song.
I think that probably it has different meaning for everybody. We all have different memories of these kind of family get-togethers and holidays and posing for pictures and such. But it is a fairly universal thing within our culture. And,
for sure.
For me, it's mostly it's bittersweet, mostly sweet, which I'm happy to say.
Yes.
and I think it's interesting. You said that it can be interpreted and fit in for both of us, because here's one of the things, and once again, poor Jim, I'm throwing him under the bus. Or not Jim, poor Kevin, I'm throwing him under the bus. But this is that haiku. It's not a haiku, but I just sat there counting out the syllables. But it has that haiku feel, and it's...
Well, that's what I mean. Haiku is more about to give an impression of something, right? Rather, it's impressionistic.
Well, it is. And you get that with this. Like you were saying, Michelle, it's these pictures enough that you can put yourself into the place, and enough that you can then put the story together and have the feeling of that moment. That's what I look for in Kevin's songs and often feel like is missing. But I really do get that with this song. I get that, like, it makes me feel warm. It also makes me feel like Christmas, because even though it's not dysfunctional, but not the happy, like, chestnuts roasting on an open fire type song for Christmas, there's some dystopia in it. It's still this wonderful Christmassy type feel to the song, and it makes you feel warm and happy about family at the same time. And I think that's what I miss with the Kevin songs sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. There's a few that I can say that's different than that. This one, I don't know. I guess I really like it.
I guess the phrase warts and all comes to mind. It's like, because it's not perfect, because it's a flawed image, it seems more real and it seems more relatable. So I would agree with that.
Agreed.
All right. So, do you guys have any things that we haven't touched on?
No, I think we dug in quite well.
Well, in that case, I'm going to hand it over to you, Michelle.
I really wanted to come up with some clever thing for the ratings, but really the thing I came up with was pics. Like, how many pictures are we going to give it? Like, they're just perfect little, or we could call it vignettes. How many vignettes do we want to give? I'll change that.
All right, I like that.
Like each verse is a vignette.
Yeah.
That's a little picture of the day.
Yeah.
And if I didn't make it clear, I love my siblings and they're fantastic and I'm happy to have them. I hope I didn't sound like a horrible... I have been compared to Lucy on Charlie Brown more than once, so, you know. But I would never pull a football away from somebody who's trying to kick it. I would be their biggest cheerleader. So
Really?
I am... Yes, really.
I am very much
bossy. Like
you come off as Lucy.
Yes, and rightly so. But I would if somebody was trying to kick a football and I was holding it, I would want them to kick it.
Okay.
Unless it was a sworn enemy, then I would do everything to thwart them.
Okay.
But if it was anybody else,
Thwart is such a great word.
Well, you know, like some people freaking deserve it. But in general, I want people to succeed.
They had it coming.
Yeah.
If you walked by me and the kite was in the tree, you might help me unless I really made you angry earlier that day.
If you made me angry, you would know about it and we would have words and it would be... We'd get the air cleared, that's for sure. I would get the air cleared and you would leave in tears, but that's okay.
That's a wonderful little vignette.
That's my dysfunction.
Nice segue.
Yes, sorry about that. So anyway, I gave this song 4 vignettes. I love it. It's great. It's, you know, it's on the Christmas playlist for sure. I think it's a fun song. So... That's that. Aaron, how many vignettes do you give this song?
I give Christmas Pics 3.24 vignettes.
Ooh.
It's certainly above average. I certainly think it's a very good song. Like I said, I put it up there with Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree or Jingle Bell Rock, and I really enjoy those songs. But the thing is, I'm just not a Christmas song kind of person. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to... During, you know... The week of Christmas, maybe even into the week before, okay, I'll seek out Christmas songs to listen to. Not that you have to, because you can't escape it. But otherwise, I can't see myself like in the middle of summer going like, oh yeah, let's put on Christmas Pics. It just doesn't.
You're
seem
gonna
like
hate us when we hit Elf's Lament next summer.
Tracy.
But,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
happy that we're able to take a listen to some of these Christmas songs around Christmas time. That helps me really get in the mood.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think it's a very good song. It's interesting for a couple of reasons we mentioned, and I certainly enjoyed it, and I would not turn it off. And during the Christmas season, I would seek it out. So that's my answer.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Tracy, how about you? How many vignettes would you give this song?
I would give this song 3.25 vignettes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very peaceful.
We're almost completely in sync.
I know, that's odd. That's very different.
That doesn't happen often with the two
usually
of you.
I'm the hater or you're the hater.
I know, we usually balance.
Or
And now
I'm
we're
the
just
hater.
like...
It's Christmas.
It's rare that I give the highest score, though. That's weird. But for you guys to be practically the same,
close.
that's unusual.
I think it's peaceful. I could listen to it. As a matter of fact, I would definitely have it on and want it on in the background of a Christmas party.
Yeah.
It has that nice slow feel that's kind of nice to have back there and put you in a good mood. But I probably wouldn't listen to it while I was driving because it would put me to sleep. It just isn't that kind of like one that would keep me awake. So that's why it's not
perfect
higher.
Background. Yes, you nailed it. It's perfect background Christmas music.
Yep.
Walking around the mall. This is piped through the canned air. This is like you'd be psyched to hear
should
this
be so
in the
lucky.
mall.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like compared to last week, this is one of those songs that I would be thoroughly excited to hear in the mall. So
yes.
So I do want.
So that.
Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Oh, I was just going to kind of place this.
Place it. Yes.
This puts us right between Canada Dry and couldn't care less.
Wow.